Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of this short little series. This is the last episode. And unfortunately, after that downpour that you would have seen from the first episode, my GoPro decided it was not going to record sound anymore. So for the next 30 seconds, unfortunately, I have to just overlay it with some epic tunes. But anyway, this is us in the forest, Tom, Ryan and us three decided to ride on after we had those issues from the first episode. And man, after that downpour, everything was saturated. It was a pretty heavy downpour, and you can see how slow we're just, full on the brakes here, trying to go down quite easy. But anyway, nonetheless, made it interesting. And as you can see here, the weather really hasn't got that much better. At least it's not a full-on downpour, but it was still a bit wet. And somehow my GoPro has decided it's not going to use my internal microphone, it's just going to use the external microphone. But happy to report that my GoPro is all fine now, but yes, it didn't agree with something with the water.
Trying to avoid a lot of the time didn't forget the rut.
Man,
Look, he's
just slide. Super wet now. I think if you follow Riding with Tom on Instagram, you'll probably notice a few of these water crossings. He put up a few pictures and videos of Nerb crossing on his T7, and I believe this is the same area. I think Tom lets us know that right now.
I got the 790 over here and Nerv's like, nah,
Yeah.
ride it on the center race. Too scared.
But this part here was probably my second favorite part of the ride of the trip. It was kind of really just, there's no tracks really at all. Only a very few amount of tracks that have been ridden. Everything else is pretty much, just try and get over. So right now we've made it back onto a four-wheel drive track, but before this there was a good few minutes of just sort of cutting your own track, which was really quite fun. And this really does remind me of Jurassic Park, that kind of scenery. Looks almost like New Zealand or something with those, or like Europe or something, yeah. Now what's going on here is, like many of my videos, I wear some pretty full-on earplugs, and so Tom's shouting out that he hit neutral and he lost that momentum, and I'm just shouting out, "Whoo, it's slippery!" But yeah, it was quite boggy at the bottom. Anyway, as you can see, I'm trying to roll my bike, but what I don't realize is my rear wheel's about 10 meters stuck in just some of this like wet, muddy clay. But yeah, it's because of the loud exhaust, I just have to wear earplugs. I can't go riding for a full day, or else my ears are just ringing for the rest of the day. And this section here, from that lookout back down to the camp, this was probably my favorite part of the whole ride of that day. It was Eildon's incredibly steep. Wow. It just seems like you're climbing or descending, and that's just fun. There's not many flat sections, so you're either full on the brakes, sliding the rear down, and here, now you've got all these washouts, so it's just jump after jump after jump. And with the new suspension, I was absolutely loving this, just sitting here behind Tom, just trying to get as much air as I can. I definitely had a smile on my face on this section. Now Tom, I think he said he was running a 50 rear on his WR, and I'm at this point was running a 51. And I'll tell you what, that really helps with these climbs, especially on the little WR. I've recently gone back to a 47 on the rear, 40 and 47, which is pretty much stock gearing. And I can tell you, the first gear, it feels like you're stuck in second the whole time. That 51 and 50 size sprockets, they just give you, you know, that I think about 15% more torque down under, and it's just great for these hill climbs. It really makes the bike feel alive. And if any of you noticed, you'll only ever see Tom in front of me. You'll never see the DRZ in front that Ryan's riding. And I suppose that's more evidence as to why the WR250R is a better bike than the DRZ 400. But yeah, some of these downhills or these descents, that one was sort of in control, but there is one coming up where I just couldn't keep the bike at a steady pace going down, and accidentally let it start going a little bit too fast, and it was pretty damn scary. But that's still coming up, and it's, of course on camera it never looks that bad, but I think even Nerb posted a video from this ride. He had a similar thing happen to him where he sort of started losing control going down the hill. But they are very steep here in Eildon. Yeah, this is the hill coming up now. Oh, sorry, the descent. So I'm not quite sure what happened. I think perhaps it was very loose or a little bit more muddy than the others, but right now I couldn't stop it. I'm just going down at quite a quick pace, and you know that point in time where you think to yourself, right, I'm gonna fall off. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen, and you just start preparing yourself for the off. That started about halfway down that hill. I'm telling you. Yeah, that was definitely a butt clencher, that one. You're still alive.
I'm still alive, dog.
Just on my way back now to Geelong. I think I'm about 2.5 hours in, an hour to go. But what a crazy day today. You know, from fractured wrists to freshly rebuilt two-strokes just stopping dead in their tracks, which likely was just the spark plug fouling. Just wasn't riding it hard enough, I think that's the reason. You know, crazy weather we had today as well. 1 minute bright and sunny and hot, and then just pissing it down with rain the next. But yeah, regardless, it was a good day trip, or camp even. It was good to meet Nerb as well. Most of you should know his channel, Nerb1. He seems like a really good guy, knows his stuff. Wouldn't mind riding with him one day. Unfortunately didn't get the opportunity to ride today with him. He left at lunch to get back home. most of us will have our first day back at work tomorrow from the Christmas break. But anyway, guys, I hope you like these however many videos I put out from this little trip, and I'll catch you guys later.